wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Sky High Aviation HD video, and today we are doing another flight sim news video. We haven't done one of these. I haven't done one of these for a very long time. Beginning of last year, maybe. I know it was the last one was when we were in talks of the 747-8 being released, and we are back now with that fully released. So we're talking all things flight sim. So I've got a PowerPoint here with all the pictures we need. Some of them may be low quality. It's not me to blame. It literally is genuinely just the developers' pictures, and they're not very good. So I put them in, try our best, and yeah. So this is nothing to do with flight sim news. This is my picture, and the last one is Reese's picture as well. But we are here with Reese for this.
Hello.
So we will be discussing our views and opinions on all sorts of things, and we'll get straight into what we have. Technically this month, but we're doing a roundup from the start of the year onwards, and then obviously we'll work our way forward in the next episodes. But yeah, let's take a review of what is been going on in the recent months and this month of the year. Okay, so we are starting off with a new article. This is Sim Market to drop PayPal support later this month, and this was released today, the day of recording, the 6th of April 2019. So they've never had PayPal.
No, they've had PayPal, but now they're getting rid of it.
Why?
Well, it's a big thing with
Oh yeah, they're
PayPal
dropping
for, like,
it. I thought it was.
Yeah, for individual use, PayPal is great. It's brilliant, but for businesses, it's quite terrible, to be honest. Hence why like Orbex don't use it. So yep, they're finally dropping it. They're going for a different payment method called AP. I don't know what that is, but
Right.
yep, they're dropping PayPal, which is going to lose them probably quite a bit of sales and market, because I know certainly when I'm looking for something, I know
PayPal is safe and secure.
Yeah, if I can use PayPal for like £2 extra, I'll probably go for that because I can use PayPal. It's so much easier. I don't have to give them my card details and all that.
Yeah,
so it is going to affect them.
Yeah.
I think they'll know that.
So all the news here is taken off FS Elite. We'll leave the links to the articles if you want to read them yourself. But it says SimMarket has officially wrote to clarify that the information is true, and their Facebook comments about fake news were deleted. And yeah, I don't know if they're gonna really. I don't know. It's definitely going to take an impact on sales, and
Yeah,
they're going to know that. And I wonder how long it'll take them to sort of be like, that wasn't a good idea.
Oh no, they'll know that now.
Yeah.
they'll know it.
So yeah, that is because I know I've used PayPal with them before, and
Yep.
and yeah, so yeah, there you go. Sim Market is dropping their PayPal. Okay, so another one which was released today. This is the update post from PMDG themselves about the NG3, and they state that it will be entering beta very soon. They say there is very good progress, and such good progress, in fact, that we are now testing. It's being teased, and in the near future, we have in a perfect world, we'll see the beta testing begin on the last few days of April and the 1st of May, first early days of May, which I think is great.
It depends what it is. It could be great.
If it includes the scimitars,
it's fantastic.
It includes scimitars. It includes a better exterior model.
PBR animations.
Yeah, it has smoother animations. But it could also be the Max 8. Apparently, they've been working on this for a few years.
It could be.
And they could have just taken the exterior, and they could have literally made it the Max with the better engines, the geometry, and reworked the cockpit. Because they have been working on this apparently for quite a few years. So it would be interesting.
I don't think it's going to be the Max.
I don't think it's going to be the Max. I sort of hope it isn't the Max as well.
Yeah, same.
I sort of hope it is the scimitar variant of the NG.
Yeah.
Because that would be so useful for TUI and well, like a lot of airlines.
Yeah.
And I hope they do it as a variant so you can keep the scimitars and then have the normal winglets as well, because obviously Ryanair don't. So yeah, I hope they've just made the exterior model better, fixed a few things, and added those split scimitars. So yeah,
Mhm.
that is the PMDG update. Hopefully we hear more news for them on that in the near future, and the
Very
testing
soon.
goes well. Right, so we have Aerosoft released the additional previews of the Cologne scenery. This picture is very bad. It's like an animation picture they've uploaded, so you just gotta take how it is. But you can see a bit of it. The previews aren't great. I say if you want to see them, then they're in the description. But yeah, this is the X-plane Cologne. And to be fair, I don't really have any opinion on it because it's X-plane and don't
Yeah.
use it. Don't really know what.
I was much more useful for this one. I own X-Plane. I don't use it, as Alex will know. I don't use it. I'd much prefer P3D, but I will say it does look brilliant. It really does. And I do own
What, the
Cologne
Sim or
Airport.
Cologne?
Cologne.
Right.
And I do own Cologne for P3D, and I love it. I adore it. It's so complex, yet the FPS is just like normal. Brilliant. So I think I get about 50, 60 plus there. So I do think this is going to be very welcomed in the X-Plane community.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an X-plane user, then you're probably quite interested about this. However, we're not, so we're not. Is the two words. So yeah, if you are interested in
Yeah.
X-plane, then this is for you. If not, just like us, it just goes past the nose, and we don't really care.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is not much to say about that, and there isn't really much about it anyway. You can read the article, like I said, but there's like 3
I'm
pictures, which
I'm reading it here, and it does say it's using the SAM plugin, which is essentially SOD for X-Plane. So
right,
that's certainly going to be welcomed as well.
yeah, it should be interesting to see how it goes, and it's Aerosoft, so I mean,
Yeah, they haven't released the price yet, but they
that's what I
have
was gonna say. Yeah, the pricing could be
yeah,
interesting.
they have said that P3D owners will have a discount for the X-Plane version,
Yeah,
which is interesting.
yeah,
Actually,
it's
they would do that.
no, I didn't think that either. So yeah, that is the Cologne scenery of P3D. Getting the previews. Just Flight releasing their VC10 Professional. There's a picture of it on screen now at Heathrow, in the BOAC original like retro paint. It has been released, as I said. It works with P3D version 1 to 4 and F6. And do we have a price on how much this is?
So yeah, it's available to buy right now for £42.99 from justflight.com.
Yeah, so if you're into the retro stuff, I know there's like military variants, like the refueling
Yeah,
stuff,
it's
is
the
it? Like the
RAF.
yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. So the models is you got the BOAC standard VC10, you got the Super VC10, which is just powerful engines, more fuel and longer fuselage, like I said, the refueling, and then you just got variants of the VC10 for military, like tankers and transport.
Yeah. Um. So it says that this is a more in-depth version of the original one that was released a few years ago. Um. And as I said, it said if you purchase the previous version, it does say that you can have a received discount code,
Mm-hmm.
which is decent, I guess, if you want to buy this new one. So I'll look at the model features it says here. So it's got detailed animation, including the accurate landing gear, authentic flaps, the variable incidence tailplane. Oh yeah, the instant tailplane. Right. I was confused. I was like, what? The windshield wipers is always good to have. The passenger doors and the animated pilot's thrust reverse doors on the outboard engines. Ground equipment, realistic light effects, bump mapping to give a realistic livery effect, and a lot of virtual cockpit features, it seems. What's the
Yeah.
liveries? Do you want to read out some of the liveries that comes with it? I can see a lot.
there definitely is a lot. So yeah, with the standard VC10, you get some British Airways ones, some Boax Gulf Air. You get Just Flight House livery, which is
I'd be all over that.
interesting. A Nigeria Airways VC10 and the government of the UAE. And then you get some more Boax
I
with
got a
the
Boac
Super
Golden.
VC10. Yeah, I want to Google that.
I
And have a
wonder
look while
what
it's
that
playing
is.
it.
Yeah, if yeah, that's interesting.
And then with the VC10 tankers and transport whatnot, you just get a bunch of different RAF squadrons with got a few anniversary ones, Mngr, just special
Yeah,
deliveries that they also used to run.
nice. So yeah, that is the VC10. As I said, it's from FSX to version 4 of P3D, all the way through from 1 to 4. So if you want
It
that,
really,
then you can grab it.
it does look like they've gone quite in on this, which is nice to see from Just Flight, because if you look at the bottom, it even says they've had the utmost of realism in full stereo recording for the Rolls-Royce Conway engines, which
Yeah, I mean,
isn't
they're
something you often
picking
see
their
from
pace
Just Flight.
up. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a lot of retro stuff.
Yeah,
It isn't in this video, but they have released the Fokker 28 Fellowship
yeah. Well,
announcement.
I think have they released that yet?
No, it's in the announcement. They're making it in progress, apparently.
Yeah, beta. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think we both agreed actually.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I'm
It
looking
looks
forward to
like a
that.
Fokker
Actually.
70, which I like the Fokker 70 a lot. So
That's it.
So the VC10, there we go. So we have Simwings releasing their Canary Island Professional for Lagomra. There we go. Yeah,
La Gomera, maybe.
yeah, it's that. Yeah, like how we pronounce it is not how it should be pronounced. But
No, we are
you
not
know,
Spanish.
we don't know. But to us, it's Gomra, so it is Gomra. Yeah. This is released. It is a island which is quite small, and it is around Tenerife area. It's obviously Canaries. Is there a price for this one that we have?
So yeah, that's going to be available for €18.45 from Airsoft directly. Although, if you actually do go on to buy it, they do include 20% fat, which moves it up to, I believe, €22. So just
Yeah.
be aware of that. Flights facilitate.
So
Do
it
exclude that.
says the product itself includes the high resolution ground textures, the detailed 3D mesh for the entire island, the airport modelled in the high detail. Furthermore, the team has also included dynamic vehicles around the airport, animated airport doors, and a large range of autogen and custom vegetation. Now, picking up here, they say they have detailed 3D mesh for the entire island. With my experience of Aerosoft and Simwings, with the mesh around the island, the Palma, Ibiza, and Menorca. And I think it's the Las Palmas. It's 3D
Yeah,
modelled, but it's not exactly the highest of resolution.
yeah. I mean, you can even see it in the photo
Yeah,
that we
like
got on the screen right now. It's nice to have with the airport, but I wouldn't favour it over
yeah,
something
it
like
blends
Gulf
nicely,
or
but
Rowan
it
Elsie.
doesn't look.
Oh, it blends perfectly, but
Yeah,
yeah,
if they high resed it, then it wouldn't be too bad. So it does say some of the features says it's optimized runway length. Runway lighting, my bad. I was reading the computer wrong thing. The runway lighting. It's got apron, dynamic lighting, configuration tool for further settings like all aerosol stuff. And yeah, I've never heard of this airport before.
no. I'm also really quite surprised that there's no added PBR for P3D version
Yeah,
4.4.
because a lot of airports have got that.
Yeah, I think although this probably would be one of the last ones without PBR, as they probably would have been quite close to finishing this when PBR got sprung on them.
Yeah, so that is released. If you want to pick it up, then you can do. It's Aerosoft and Simwings publishing it, obviously. So yeah,
And for the price, that should convert roughly to about £18 for British people.
yeah. So there you go. Not too expensive. You're not losing too much money. It does look fairly decent. But obviously I'm not
Just like
sure
any sim rings.
what routes are out there. There might be something to
I
invest,
can't
look into.
imagine it would be too much. I think if you enjoy maybe like is it Binter
Yeah,
Canaries
Binter Canaries.
with the CRJ ATRs run to Canaries, that'll be really enjoyable. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So if you want to pick it up, go ahead for it. The link is in the description for the article. You can read more on it if you wish. And let's see what else we have coming up next. So Hurghada International Airport being announced by FSDG, so FS Design Group, as their next project, which is interesting because I know Simbreeze has already got a Hurghada for version 4. It's good, but it's obviously not, amazingly rendered out, which this looks good because the FSDG stuff are pretty decent.
Yeah.
Um,
But interestingly, in my opinion, they've announced this quite early because all they actually have right now is like taxiways and the aprons. They haven't even started on 3D objects yet.
no, yeah, they've modeled the runway and stuff, but there is no terminal, which is good, but it's going to be a big shame if they don't get this out for the summer because there's a lot
Yeah.
of Tui and Thomas Cook go here, so this is going to be really interesting to see if they get this going for the summer. If they completely miss the summer, then no one's gonna use it much, really, if they're operating to schedule, which is interesting. So yeah, there isn't any information on this at all.
No, very vague.
Literally just says it's been announced, and there's just a location of the airport and stuff. So yeah, there is nothing too much to that. Literally, as they announce it.
Just to note as well, that picture is direct from P3D version 4.3, no editing.
Oh, so yeah, it looks pretty decent, to be fair.
So what you see there is what you will get.
Yeah, so I think it looks pretty decent so far. And touch wood, they can do good on the terminal, which I would say probably will.
I don't doubt that.
No. So if you want to check out the other apron images, you can check them out, as always, in the description. And we will see what else we have to come up. Next up, we have got the Field Air announced the Mngr project in collaboration with the Airplane Heaven company. So Field Air have announced they are working on a brand new Mngr project, which collaborates with the company Airplane Heaven, and it has been taken in mind it will be a 4.4 project with the advanced features of PBR, and they're aiming to bring out the 170, the 175, the 195, with some good level features on all of them.
Yeah, you just missed out the 190 as well there.
Yeah, basically all the variants.
Yeah,
the
all
1.7
the E3s except the
E2.
the newer ones.
Yeah.
The E2s.
So it does say it'll have high resolution textures, PBR, new sound, and the dynamics tuned with version 4.4. So we're both very.
This is probably the thing I'm most looking forward to in Flight Sim right now.
Yeah, because we have both used, me more than you, have used the
Yeah.
current Embraer. I've flown it quite a lot.
That's just the
and-
feel there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the Feel There one that they've made. I've flown it a lot. You've flown it a few times, and we've always said the cockpit needs to be a bit more 3D.
Yeah, it's enjoyable, but
Yeah, it's good fun with Tomato Shade. It looks nice. It looks really.
it looks really
It looks
nice
good with Tomato Shade. But as soon as they seen this, I was like, yes, because this is going to include the new 175 winglets that go up in their weird ways. And we got a picture here of the flight deck, which is 3D all the way through and through.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, if anyone has seen just the current feel of the Embraer, you will see.
yeah, you will
this
see that
stuff.
this is like HD.
It's a new thing.
It's not like they've taken it and they've changed it. This is through and through completely worked up from the ground, and I think this is Airplanes Heaven doing. I think they've done this.
Yeah.
Because they've got everything 3D. They've got the high-res textures. Like, we're really close to the seat there, and you can see the detail on the chair. I think it looks perfect. And if they deliver it exactly how it looks now, I think it's going to be one, really good. Because
I feel they're gone.
I'd say, because it currently, how it flies is good. It flies all right. And
Yeah.
if they have the dynamics tweaked a tiny bit and it looks good, I think, and especially they're bringing all the the new sound and stuff. I think it'll really look good.
Yeah, feel there has also been quite. They really wanted to stress that this is not rework. This is a new product with Airplane Heaven. This is no way, shape, or form a rework of their current Embraer. Anything that has been used there has not been used here. So this is truly just a new product.
So there isn't any announcement of when it will be released. They
As of yet, no.
have said that this is been in the making for a while. Obviously, they've got these pictures. It's not like it's, they're modeling it. They have modeled it in the interior. I think they're still doing the exterior bits of it.
They've very, very, very close to finishing it, I believe.
Yeah. So the cockpit looks done. All the models, the displays, everything is textured, which is good. And the exterior, I think we'll have it by the summer or in the summer.
Yeah,
Because
I would think about probably July-ish.
yeah, which is exciting because I
Very
would fly this so much. With just because you can do KLM, Flybe. If you're from South America, you can do the what airline is it in South America? God,
You got Gull,
yeah,
Latam,
yeah, and they got all sorts of stuff
Air
to fly, and you
Mexico
can
as
fly
well.
the TAP and the American Eagles. And yeah, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a used product by loads, and hopefully very enjoyable. So that is the Embraer for 4.4 in development. Alright, so we have the PMDG747 Queen of the Skies for V4, the PBR update and stuff that came out. You can see a picture of it here in the 8, the Lufthansa, and it looks like they have done a very, very good job on this. This was released a while ago, I mean in February it came out.
9th of March.
Okay, or March, that'll do. And yeah, it is looking like it is done quite spectacular.
Yeah, I've got first-hand experience. I even flew last night with PBR, and I can just say it's amazing. It really is. It almost feels on the exterior model like a new plane.
Yeah, it just changes the complete look of it. And I think PMDG have done it to the correct extent. If they follow this with their NG, and I believe it could look really good.
As far as I know, they've only had good response on this, so they shouldn't have any reason to
Yeah,
change.
yeah, exactly. If they just follow the same thing through, and I'm not sure if anyone else has seen the Quality Wings PBR. I think they are on a different approach. They didn't do it so well
No,
because in some views it
it's
looks
still
good,
nice, but
in some views it looks really off, and then but this looks good in the majority and all views that you can catch it in.
like when I updated the 77, I spawned in, I was like, yeah, this is a nice little upgrade. When I spawned in the 747, I was like, oh my god, this looks just amazing.
Yeah.
So
It's really good, and so yeah, that is something that you should all probably have if you've got the 4.4 747. You should know how it feels, and yeah, if you want to read more into the update, there'll be a link down below. Go and check it out and have a look at the other stuff they've included for the update. And I believe we have one last thing to cover. Last, we have the Aerosoft Connected Flight Deck version 2 is in the open beta. And this is not just an article we're reading from, we've actually tried this.
about four times, I think.
Nah, 3 times. 3 times we did the.
Well, 4 including the time it just didn't straight up just didn't
We'll
work.
explain that. So, this is gonna get technical, and it's gonna get technical fast. So to do this, you have to go to your updater, enable the beta versions, and get 1.2.3.4. And then you have to. Was it like a file that you had to drag in or something?
So yeah, on the Airsoft forum, there's the CFD version 2 club. You can download the hotfix on there. By the time this is out and you listen to this and you want to try it, they might have already put that in a new update. Not sure just yet.
Yeah.
But just check the CFD club on the Airsoft forums.
Yeah. So this is a connected flight that we've never seen implemented before with Aerosoft. This is a brand new, no firewall, no external like networking like Hamachi needed, which is impressive.
Very.
And for what we've seen of it, is sort of what we expected for a beta. It's a beta, so
It's promising.
yeah. If they keep working on it and they fix the problems that could occur, it has potential to be really, really good. But the 4 times we had it, for one attempt was the only one that properly worked. So we have a picture on the next slide of how it works, which is rather confusing if you look at it. Do you want to explain how it actually how you actually connect and do it, how it puts itself together? Because I think that that it works very, I don't know, sort of seamlessly, I guess.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, in the connection way, and if you do it right, it can connect seamlessly. But what happens after that is, do you want to explain how you actually work the
So
sessions?
yeah, so the way it was done before is peer to peer. So I would create a server, and then using Hamachi and external networking, Alex would connect to that server. That was very unstable because it truly depended on his internet connection, my internet connection, and the complete just luck in the middle. Now it's all based off one big server that Airsoft owned called the CFD server. So now everyone joins or connects to that CFD server. So the host of the server will create the server, and then on that CFD server, I'm going to be saying server a lot of times, but on that CFD server, then it will create an external server where it'll put the host into, and then it gives you a server ID and password, which is completely decided by random by them. You then give that to the person who wants to connect. So in my case, it would be Alex, and then he'll also connect to the CFD server, put the ID password in. That CFD server will match the information up and put us in the server together.
Yeah, so they're on the same server. You can have an observer. Another thing we have seen that is good about this that wasn't on the previous one is you can have dual input. So the previous Aerosoft Airbus and FSX and the lower versions of P3D, you had one person controlling it and that was it. And that was the same on the original Aerosoft Professional that doesn't work. The cockpit sharing, like the connected flight deck on that, is completely just no. So yeah, you can have dual input, so you can swap over the controls, and they go
It's a
in.
hot switch as well, so
Yeah,
just Alex could take over any second.
yeah, they go in the right way. I think they're gonna have to. Well, Majestic Software have got that down to the absolute nth degree. We've
And
never had a problem with it.
they don't even use a central server. That's
No.
peer to peer.
Yeah, and we've never had an issue with. We've done endless flights in that, and it works perfectly. And this is what this does when we tried it. It does work. It's synced.
Yeah.
It's
So should we go
smooth.
over all attempts of it?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Go for it.
So first attempt, and just to touch on the observers also second, you can have up to 200 people in one server. So you can have 198 observers, and then you pilot flying, pilot monitoring. So it's quite complex. So yeah, first attempt was terrible. We were both able to connect to the server, but we weren't able to actually make an external server. That was then later due to Airsoft shutting down the servers because it was broken, basically.
Yeah.
Second day, we got the hot fixes. The servers were back on. I connected seamlessly. Alex connected seamlessly. We pushed back from gate, took off, and we just did
We did like a
and
loop
went to
around
Bristol.
and went to Bristol. Yeah, and that worked perfectly. The headings were matched. The
Perfect.
everything, the speed, the flaps, the gear. Everything you could have thought went well. It was smooth. The touchdown was synced. Everything was how it should be. So we thought, okay, we'll try it again, and that went down badly.
Yeah. So
I don't even know where to start. Engines were off.
yeah. This version, we took off and we made a left-hand turn, and that was all synced and fine. except the APU that didn't sink. But
No, actually, no, it wasn't, because we were rolling down the runway. I stopped on the runway. You were in the air.
No, that was the third time.
That was the. There's so many
That-
attempts.
The
And
third one is the entertaining story. We'll get to that in a second. So yeah, the second attempt, the APU didn't sink, but that is something Airsoft said that is a known bug. They are working on that right now. But as soon as we took that left-hand turn, it started going to shit. Basically, I think both of Alex's engines turned off.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, and then mine started going, and then they would turn back on randomly, turn off randomly, and
Yeah.
third try. Yeah, this was the.
I just.
Mm.
I don't know. It's
So where
so
to start?
confusing.
We
We
spawned on the
took
runway.
off. We were taking off. You were smooth. I was pausing all over the place. You said rotate, so I lightly eased on the joystick, and then it you were in the air. I wasn't.
Yeah. I was
and then
kind of stable.
and then I was in the air, and then it jittered, and then my inputs were delayed, so I would bank to the left, and then it would be 2 seconds until it banks for me, but it would do it for you.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, the engines went, plummeted into a field. I I don't know.
Yeah. But the fourth one is really, really.
Oh yeah,
really
that.
So
We thought it was going well.
yes, it wasn't. So I rotated, and Alex said to me, "Are we rolling yet?" So on his screen, he was still sat at the start of 3-0 at Cardiff, not moving. And I was like, "Yeah, we've rotated. We're in the air." But Alex didn't know that. So we put the autopilot on. He finally got back to where we were. It jetted back. And we got into some turbulence, if you remember. We got in the clouds. And the aircraft started shaking violently.
Oh yeah, we thought it was turbulence, and then it was like, oh, we can get around this and we'll climb above it. But I went on the outside view, and the elevators on the back were just vertical, and then they were down, vertical down, vertical down, and it was uncontrollable. So
Yeah.
you took controls
Mm-hmm.
to turn
Because
it back.
everything was delayed for you at
Yeah.
this point as well.
You took
Again.
controls to turn it back to Cardiff, and then you were
Which
like,
was
oh,
a
there's St.
struggle.
Athan, and I was like, no, we're nowhere near St. Athan. You're like, yeah.
If anyone from Wales knows the geography of Wales, as I said, oh, there's Cardiff Airport in the valleys. The St. Athan, Alex said, no, we are over the valleys.
Yeah, and when you touched down like in St. Athan, I was bouncing along a field.
Yeah.
So it basically, the Airsoft connected flight deck currently does not stably every time work.
It works probably
Yeah.
20% of the time.
So a bit of a
When it doesn't,
enjoyable little ramble there for you about that. Yeah, connected flight deck. Currently, you can try it. Don't expect much from it. If you expect it to work, then it might work. Sometimes it won't. Don't plan a flight for half an hour and
Don't plan a flight at all. Just plan to fly circus with your friends.
yeah, and wait until it gets to a stable version if they do get there, and
They will get there eventually. But,
hopefully
well,
it
actually,
gets released. So yeah,
the worrying thing for me is this is what they're calling it, Connected Flight Deck version 2. That's supposed to ship stable with the A330. They're bringing that soon.
mhm.
So if it's still like this when they bring that out, that's not going to look good at all.
The A330 shared cockpit, if it works seamlessly, is going to be immense. Imagine doing like a 9-hour.
The only shared cockpit we've ever had is very regional.
Like an hour, yeah. Which
this
be
could
so
now
nice.
go to 12-hour long hauls.
Yeah, to fly the proper long stuff, like like across. It'd be great to just.
And me and you, we would do it together all the time.
Yeah, it would be
But
like
Say if you have a friend in America, you could literally take off at 8 o'clock in the evening, hand the control over to him. He sits there all night, whereas day for him, he goes to bed, you wake up, it's day for you, and it's fully like a fully crewed flight.
Yeah. So
it could be amazing.
So yeah, that's the connected flight deck covered in a very well explained way. I hope you understood it, and I hope you understood and made sense. We'll wrap it up there.
But if you have got any questions about it, we've got a Discord server.
Yeah, hop
One
in the
of us
Discord if you need any
nearly
help.
always
We can
online,
help
so
you with
has
it. We're pretty much,
both of
yeah,
us.
both of us are pretty much always online. So if you need anything, and that's in general, if you want to hop in the Discord, you need help with anything flight sim related, or just like if you just want to
chat.
talk, then then let us know. So yeah, that wraps that up. Okay, and that is that for the news. I'm just gonna the first few quarter of 2019. Bits of it covered. A lot of it is the recent stuff. Some of it is last month. But hey, we'll work as we go, and we'll try and get the up to date stuff in the next month when it comes out, and cover stuff there. So I know it was a lot of talking, and if you're into that stuff, then I hope you enjoyed. If not, then same goes.
Sorry.
But yeah, we're sorry. But there'll be another episode of this, as you mentioned previously. If you want to hop in the Discord, link in the description, as with all the links of the videos. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe for some new content. Until next time, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
And we'll see you then. Take care. Peace out.